The open hand disposition never becomes anything. It can be something, but it doesn't become it. People ask, when you're children or teenagers, what would you like to become? So in effect, what they're saying, if you become a teacher, if you become anything, this is what you live like. It's my territory. It's my knowledge. It's my disposition or position. It's my position in life. It's my status. It's my persona. It's my image. You see, what we truly are never becomes anything. You can be a teacher. You can be a musician. You can be a carpenter. Or should I say, you can do teaching. You can do carpentry. You can do doctoring. You can do plastering. You can do cooking. But you never become. Never. You think you've become something. You're good at a particular skill. But what you truly are never becomes anything. This disposition, which is God, the divine, is omnipresent. So when you're at the piano, you can play the piano. Anyone can play the piano. Not everyone can play a Beethoven sonata. When you're at the cooker by the oven, anyone can put something on that stove. Something into the oven. Everyone can do some cooking of some kind. Everybody. You see, from this place, yes, the body-mind, there are limitations. I couldn't be an Olympic athlete. I couldn't climb Mount Everest. I should say, this body-mind couldn't climb. This body-mind isn't capable of doing the Olympics. These hands are not play the piano, but are not capable of playing such a lot of virtuoso pieces. Someone else can do that. God can live them. God, the divine, is using their body-minds to do all of that. Are you understanding this message? Apparently, this is something, but it's not. See, there's no. Apparently. This is a bit of a machine, isn't it? Only machines churn out this, that, and the other over and over and over and over again until the machine breaks down, or it needs repairing, or it needs servicing, needs oiling. Happiness, joy, delight is your inherent disposition. Until this is allowed to live your body-mind full time, then you just have to practice turning to that which is already happiness. I turn to the teacher Adidar Samraj. He says you've got to find God, the divine, more attractive than your egoic nonsense. You've got to forget yourself and remember me. And grace will bless you with the transmission of the divine, with that spiritual force of love bliss, which is prior to all egoic nonsense. He also says, you're on your own. You're on your own with God, with the divine. It's you that chooses to turn your feeling attention away from this to this. To find this to be more attractive than this is what being a spiritual practitioner is all about. I had a comment made the other day or yesterday. You are now a teacher, she said. And she praised me for my the way I talk about my teacher, how grateful I have been for him in my life. But she made it clear that I am a teacher. Well, I like to share what I share because it is the truth. That you cannot get away from this fact. Nothing to do with words, nothing to do with knowledge, it's an actuality. Society wants us all to have labels. Sexual orientation, professional orientations. Everyone has a label, or more than one label. He's like this, she's like this, he does this, she does this. All coming from this separate. The personality of God is not the same as the personality of the clenched fist disposition. The personality of God cannot be nailed down. It cannot be set in concrete. Where society wants to be able to control you, and you want to be, because you're part of society, you want to control too. You want to know where you're at. You want to know who you are having an exchange with. You don't want to be let down. Your image of another person, you want that to be true at all times. But the personality of God is so free that the body-mind can be sometimes this, sometimes that, sometimes the other. And the qualities of God are love, joy, sweetness, compassion, even strong emotions, anger, everything. But there's always an intimacy. There's an intimacy about all of these qualities. There's no separation. There's an intimacy. There's an intimacy right now. I'm here. I'm not elsewhere. But I'm also there, and I'm also there because this is omnipresent. So what was God doing just then? All of duality is embraced by the open hand disposition. You know what I would love to be able to do? Is to fly. You know, you do these yoga postures where one leg's off the floor and then the other leg's off the floor. I wanted to bring both legs off the floor and stay there, levitate. That indeed would be a miracle. The divine produces miracles in a mysterious way throughout the day, every day. These are what I call mysterious happenings. How did that happen? How did that happen? It's a thrill. Being already happy is God-given, grace-given. Sometimes I don't like using the word God because there's so many connotations, so much history of wrongness, of interpreting that word God. Consciousness, freedom, love, bliss, that's all God. But as I said, true anger. No, don't do that. How many more times? No, that's not good. There's this energy, this force. La la, la da da, la la la, la la la. To hear Adidar singing at the top of his voice. He loved opera. See, Adidar was the epitome of allowing the body-mind that he called Adidar to be so free. So, at the beginning of this little discourse, this little chat, I was saying, this can never become anything. It cannot be set in concrete. But once allowed to live the body-mind, then the body-mind doesn't become anything, but it plays with the conditions of life. It embraces all of the conditions of life. People say to me, I can't play the piano. I said, of course you can play the piano. You've got fingers, you're a fist. Playing a piano is just doing that. It's a mechanical thing, isn't it? Plucking the strings of the cello, grabbing hold of the bow and doing some kind of action. You're activating the cello. Oh, I can't do that in public. Oh, I can't do that in public. I get so nervous. I get so anxious. I get so fearful. I get. I'm not nervous on my own. I can do this and that and the other on my own. In some ways, there's a form of masturbation, isn't it? We all love doing things on our own because there's no one to interfere. Doesn't have to be sexual. Just indulging in all kinds of things in life. We feel happier on our own. Or leave him alone, don't disturb him. You get annoyed. There was one teacher or realizer, he would get off from his chair and go and tap while people, his devotees, are meditating. He would come and tap someone on their shoulder. Some of them were so contracted. See, meditation is an allowance of God to live you. You're meant to be just sitting there, not doing anything other than allowing, with your eyes open, be awareness. Activate feeling awareness. Alidar would call it contemplation. But you've got to activate feeling awareness. Feeling and awareness does not belong to the body-mind. Feeling awareness is a faculty of the body-mind. So, in contemplation of one's chosen Ishta, one feels the divine living the body-mind. And there's that love communion. You feel the transmission of God. This isn't feeling it. The open hand disposition. So I hope you understand and enjoy this little talk. So yes, you can be my friend, you can be my lover, you can be my mother, anyone can be my father, anyone can be my mother, anyone can be my lover, anyone can be my friend, anyone can be my enemy, anyone can be whatever relationship to one another when you're in this disposition. It's so fluid. It's so fluid. It's not set in concrete. We inherently know what to do, intuitively know what to do in this disposition. So we end with a minute or two of silence.